Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Saiti. How are you?
Good, ma'am. How are you?
I am also good, thank you.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Danika. How are you?
Well, ma'am, how are you?
I am also good, thank you. Okay, children, turn on the videos now. So in the last class, we have, I think, discussed about the types of the irrigation, about the traditional methods, about the modern method, right? And we have seen the video also related to the same. Correct, Saiti, Nanika, and Kagna?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, there,
And yeah, tell me.
people have not joined, ma'am. Only like three people are here.
I'm waiting for them. Let's wait for 2 minutes more. And then I'll start. Okay. So I think the writing part of the irrigation is remaining, but let us go through first of all one topic and then we will be writing it. So
Okay,
let me
ma'am.
complete about the weeding and then we'll write about the irrigation.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, maybe people don't know that there will be class today
Why?
because they didn't check the message, ma'am. Because like usually the classes are at 5:20, right, ma'am?
Yeah, I kept it little earlier because today I'm fasting. Like without water I'm doing it. So I need to do puja also. So that's the reason I kept it 5.
Yes, ma'am.
And what about your Diwali holidays? When do you have that?
Ma'am, here in Hyderabad, ma'am, they'll give us 2 holidays only. Max that one is. Some schools
Okay,
won't even give us 2 holidays, ma'am.
oh, same to you also, for you also, Saiti?
Yes,
They
ma'am.
won't
Only
give you
two.
the,
From
okay. So
31st till 12th.
according, 31st and 1st, okay. So, like at your place, when you have the Diwali main puja,
Ma'am,
31st or 1st?
31st, 31st, ma'am.
31st, ma'am.
31st. Evening, you will be doing it, right? You will be doing the puja. Okay.
Ma'am, we won't have that much puja, ma'am,
Ma'am,
but
this
there is
time
some
it
small, small
actually
basic.
came in the middle.
Yeah, that's true, Gagna. It's somewhere 31st night and 1st morning.
Good
So
evening,
the
ma'am.
people are still there. Yeah, good evening, Lasha. How are you?
Fine, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
Ma'am,
I'm
actually,
also
they
good.
give
Thank
us Dasara holidays, ma'am. They don't give us Diwali holidays here.
Okay. And here for us, it is like, the main festival is the Diwali only, where we will be getting somewhere 5 to 7 days break.
Ma'am, for
This
our
time on my
restaurant,
birthday, school holiday, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Okay, so then we'll move ahead. I think five of you have joined. So let us continue. Let them join. Okay. So last class we have discussed about the irrigation. We have discussed about the traditional method, and then we have seen the video also about the rahat, how does it work, the moat, the chain pump. Then we also have seen the video related to the your modern way, which is about the drip irrigation, sprinkler irrigation, all those things we did it. Now coming to the next agriculture practice is about the weeding. So when we talk about the weeding, it's a very, very important step which is required for the proper growth of the crop, right? If the weeds are there, now what are weeds?
Unwanted plants in the field.
yes, ma'am. There are
Correct.
unwanted plants
Unwanted
which take a
plants.
lot more energy, ma'am.
Unwanted plants which are not required, but yes, definitely they are there and they causes harm also actually. Sometimes they causes the harm, sometimes they do not do that. But yes, if they are there, then it is our responsibility that we have to just 1 minute. So what we need to do is whenever the farmers are able to see those unwanted plants, they start removing them. And why they remove? Because if they do not remove it, then the disease can spread. They might not allow them to grow properly. Because if the weeds are there, the crops are there, both the things are there, then what happens? There will be the competition for the space. There will be the competition for the sunlight. There will be the competition for the breeze also. So in that case, what they should do, they have to remove it so that the competition will not be there and the main crop which should actually grow will get the enough space and the sunlight and the other things on all. So the whole process where we remove the weeds or where we remove the unwanted plants, that is called as the weeding process. Okay, and it is done basically to remove the competition between the main plant and to remove the competition between the weeds. Fine. So for removing the competition for the food, space, sunlight, all those things will be, done by these weeding process and all. So any example do you are you aware of about the weeds? Any name of the plant which is unwanted?
Wild oat.
Very good. Wild oat. Okay, correct.
Dandelions.
Ma'am, grass.
Come again. Grass. Okay, correct.
Pokeweed.
Okay.
Pokeweed.
Ma'am,
Oh,
potato.
wait. Okay. Potato. No. Potato will not be acting as like a weed actually.
Ma'am, what
Ma'am,
about
Yeah.
small, just grow
Ma'am,
right now.
tea.
Rasha?
Tea, ma'am. Tea.
TEAT?
TEA.
Huh. Tea. Okay. So it depends actually which
Dandelions.
crop we are talking about and learns. Okay, fine. Right. So whatever examples you have given, be the amaranthus, be the wild oat, be the grass, they all will be acting as like what? They will be acting as like the weeds. So we can say they are the unwanted plants which will be growing along with the main crop. Now what happened? They can be poisonous to us also because these plants, these weeds, they can produce basically the poisonous substance they can produce. Now if in case that weeds are growing and the farmers are not removing them, then what happens? Along with the main crop, they will be doing the harvesting of the weeds also, and ultimately, in our crop, whatever the crops we are getting at the final stage, in that we can get the poison also because the weeds sometimes create the poisonous substance, and if we eat them, if we take that poison into our body, then we might get some of the problems in our body and ultimately our death can also be happen. So that is why we have to be very, very careful with this weeds. And also the weeds, what do? Is they will be attracting the pest. Fine. So there's like, the flowers you have, the flowers will be attracting these small insects for the pollination because of their color, because of the fragrance. Same way, the weeds also, they will not be attracting the good thing. What do? They will be attracting the harmful thing, which is the pest. Now, when they attract the pest, what happen? If, for example, this is the weed and this weed has got the pest now, they have attracted the pest. Now, ultimately, that they will be giving to the next plant, and the next plant will be giving the same thing, the same pest to the other plant. Like this, it will keep on spreading from one plant, one crop part to the other part. That is why we have to be very, very careful. It's like, microorganisms. Once you're getting a cold and cough, the people who are sitting along with you, they also will get the same thing. Yeah, Charan, tell me.
Ma'am, there are two methods to remove the weeds right now.
There are,
Two methods.
correct, two methods, the chemical one and the manual one.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is why we have to be very careful, because they will be attracting the pest. Before they attract the pest, before they keep on spreading the pest, we have to remove them so that we can save ourselves. And this cannot be this we cannot do directly. We are dependent on whom? We are dependent on the farmers. And do you think so? Every farmer has the same quality. They will be thinking about us. They will be thinking about this negative part of the weeds. Will they do that?
And some
No.
farmers don't.
Some farmers, they just require the money. They just, grow the crop only for the money. They are not even bothered like the pests are being attracted towards it, or the whole crop has been destroyed. They are not worried about at this, like, at all. So that's why, like, we have to be very, very careful. And these such kind of the crops, will be little cheap as compared to the good ones. And they sell them with a less price and they get the more, actually, more money out of it. So now the process, we remove those with the help of the process called as a weedicides. So weedicides basically will be used to remove these weeds. Two main methods are there. The first one is the mechanical method and second one is the chemical method. In the case of the chemical method, what they will be doing, they will be using certain chemicals to remove them. So they will have a kind of the bottle like structure, like, the parlors, when you go to the parlor and all, they will be like certainly one jet spray kind of the bottle will be there, which they will be spraying on our hairs, and then, they will be cutting the hair. Same way, the farmers also will have a kind of the, box like structure, the plastic box like container, where they will be filling that weedicides, the chemical they will be filling, and wherever the pests are being affected, they will be spraying on them. Now, once they are being sprayed, then what happens? The pest will die. Fine, and that is how they will not be spreading. And sometimes these weedicides are also called as the herbicides. Fine, sometimes these weedicides are also known as by the name herbicides. So weedicides are nothing but they are the chemicals which are used to destroy the weeds. Fine. Can you tell me some of the example of the weedicides or the chemicals which are used as a weeds?
Ma'am,
240.
240.
2,4-D. Okay, 2,4-D. Okay, any one of you can tell me what is the full form of 2,4-D?
Ma'am, is there a full
Uh,
form 2 and 4?
Ma'am, it is something diachlor or something, ma'am. I forgot.
okay. So, yeah, Charan, you were saying something?
Ma'am, is there even the full form for 2 and 4?
No, for 2 and 4, it's not the full form actually. For the D, the full form is there.
Oh,
I'll just write in the chat what is the full form, and when we write the note, then you will be writing everything. So it is 2, 4, D. Just one. 2, 4-D. Yeah, correct. Yes. Directly you can send there. Pranav, you can send to everybody, okay? Can you send? You have the option of that? So, okay, I'll copy yours and I'll send it because it is taking time for me to type. Okay. So it is 2,4-D dichlorophenoxyacetic acid. Fine. So full form is very, very important for your Olympiad exams and for your entrance exams also. They do ask about it. And the full form is 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid. This is a very good example of the weeds. Now the second example is the, any other examples you know?
Ma'am, for Vedic
M. Yeah, we decide. Yes,
ma'am,
Gagna.
Bataclan.
Yeah, butterchlor. Butachlor. Butachlor, basically. And then apart from that, also you have MCPA. I'll write the name or full form of it because most of the time 2,4-D and MCPA they are yes, Amato, it's a very side only. So it is MCPA stands for 2-methyl 4 chlorophenoxyacetic acid.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, I'm just I got some other call, ma'am. Just 1 minute.
Okay,
I
okay.
off my video.
Okay, 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 okay. Yes. Yes, Pranav, correct. Atrazine is also the name of the other weedicide. Fine. So this MCPA, this butachlor, and this 2,4-D are the most important weedicides, which usually they ask for the your Olympiad exam. So learn them. Fine. So these are the certain chemical methods by using this as a spray form, they can kill the pesticides. Okay. The second method is the mechanical method, which is nothing but yes, basically by using the hands, we have to use a sickle and we have to remove it. You might have seen, sometimes when the weeds are there at your place also, maybe at your small garden also, your mother or father, they will be removing either directly by the hand or they will be using something like the harrow or the trowel. Like trowel is basically a kind of the straight wooden, rod like structure will be there, and the down it will be like little flat of it. So they will be removing that weed using the trowel or the harrow. So which is also called as khurpi. I think khurpi word you might have used at home. Khurpi. Do you know what is khurpi? Anyone have any idea about the khurpi? No?
Yes, ma'am. I have idea.
Okay, Zubair is aware of the word khurpi. So khurpi, okay, let me share the screen. I'll show you what is khurpi. 1 minute. By seeing, you will be saying that yes, ma'am, I know about this. Okay, I'll share my screen now. So this is basically the khurpi. Is my screen visible, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is the khurpi, basically the farmers or we also at our home we will be using to to mix the soil, actually to plow the soil also we will be using this khurpi. So same by using this we can also remove the weeds out of it. Fine. So by using this, this is also called as trowel. Trowel. Fine. Trowel is in basically in English and khurpi is in the Hindi. And then apart from that, there is also one more of that harrow. Hmm. So this is basically the harrow by using the tractor actually. So you cannot, you cannot use this at home, but yes, wherever the crops are being grown in a large area, large field, and large scale, there, what they will be doing, the farmers, they will be using
Ma'am,
this
your
harrow.
sharing is
Ma'am,
done.
your screen is not working, ma'am.
Okay, let me share again. Is it available now? The screen is visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is the harrow. This is which is basically, will be used as a mechanical method. But here the thing is, at home we cannot use them. Only the place where the crop are being grown at large scale. The farmers, they can use it with along with the tractor actually like this. I'll show you like this. In the tractor, they will be actually keeping this the harrow part, and then they will be, you know, using that it to remove the weeds. But the main problem by using this is that along with the weeds, sometimes the main crop also get destroyed. So that is why they have to be very, very careful. And it is used mostly when the whole area or the whole crop field is being destroyed by the pest. That time they are using this. But if the small area is being affected, then they will be using the just normal kurpi or normal trowel to remove the weeds. So that is the main difference between both. So if it is a large scale, they will be using the harrow. If it is small scale, they will be using the trowel for it. Fine. But there are certain disadvantage of using this, the mechanical way. Chemical is easy, right? You're using the spray, and through the spray, through the weedicides, you are, just killing the pest. But the main problem with the mechanical method is that it is time consuming process, right? One by one, you have to remove the weeds one by one. So if you are removing it all together by spraying, and at the second time, you are just, removing it one by one. So which will be taking more time? The mechanical one or the chemical one?
Chemical one.
The mechanical, right? The mechanical method will be taking more time. And accidentally it may can lead to the removal of the desired crop also. So sometimes if you are removing the weeds, like as I have shown in the picture also. So when they're using the harrow, sometimes the desired crops, which are useful crops, also get removed because of this harrow process, because of this harrow machine and all. Fine. So these are some disadvantage of using the mechanical method. And sometimes, like what happened, this harrow and this khurpi, basically, they are made up of iron. Now, if they are made up of iron, what can happen to them? The iron can get
Rusted.
Rust.
very good, Saidi. Correct, Lasya. Rusted actually. So since it is made up of the iron, easily it can get rusted. And if it get rusted, then again the more chances of the infection can be there, the more chances of creating the disease can be there. That is why they have to be very, very careful that they should maintain them.
Clean.
They should maintain them very, very neatly actually, they perfectly they should keep it.
If the rusted one they didn't show and they're using for the crops for cutting them, so the crop gets spoiled or like it
Yes.
gets spoiled.
It can spoil, yes, definitely, because rusting does not help anyone actually. Rusting is not a positive process. It's a negative actually. It creates a negative impact on the either the plants, either we also. Like, if something is rusted. So if you're eating that rusted thing, then definitely we will also be getting affected by that. Same goes for the plant also. If the same sickle or the same hair or same trowel is being used for the process, then the plant may die
Ma'am,
also. Huh?
ma'am, I posted one thing in the chat box. Can you check it?
I'm reading that only. That's really great. 78 out of 80. So you did not ask your teacher that why that one extra marks has been cut?
Ma'am, I asked, but she told that the diagram was not neat.
That's okay. That's okay. See, this is the learning part. Right now, you know that your diagram was not neat, so you can work on that. Fine. So it can be acceptable, but 78 is a very, very good score. What about the other children? You all, have you got your marks, the midterm or the half yearly exam marks? If yes, then kindly post here in the chat option personally to me. Gagna, Sahiti, Zubair. Oh, Gagna, that's great. Amazing. Zubair, Amatur, Lasya, Sahiti. Okay, Amatur has not got it. Zubair, okay. Good. Good, Zubair. That's great, Prina. Amazing. Sahiti, what about you, Nanika? Yes, a little work is needed, right? No problem, but we all are there to, work all together. So we will be working on it. So see, children, what happened, the the moment you start working on yourself, you will be able to understand where you have done the mistake, right? You might have seen, okay, okay, Nanika. So Okay, Sahiti still, I think you can get little more, right?
Yes,
So do
ma'am.
you know why your marks were reduced?
Yes, ma'am. Some in the diagram and a little bit of spelling mistakes.
Spelling mistakes you should not do actually. In the science, if we are doing the spelling mistakes, then your marks definitely will get reduced. Fine, so
Ma'am,
be careful, recheck your paper.
ma'am,
Ma'am,
in
tell me.
Cambridge, ma'am, it's completely different, ma'am. Our answering scheme is different, our diagrams are different. And like in a way, the reduce of mark is different and like where you can reduce and where you can gain also is different, ma'am.
Yeah, no problem. You see, definitely. But the marks, what you have got is also good marks, like, but still the scope of improvement is there. And if in
Ma'am, I
case you feel
scored
like
in both
anything,
physics and biology, ma'am. I lost all in chemistry actually. I didn't do good in
oh,
chemistry. I lost like 6 marks in chemistry, ma'am. Except if I wouldn't have lost that many marks in chemistry, then I would have done good.
correct. So, learning, right? Like, we all are learning, we all are at the learning stage. You are knowing now that which part is weaker for you, physics, chemistry, or bio. So now work on that weak part and practice more and more questions. And how many of you are still, doing the practice, whatever the study material are being sent in the group?
Ma'am, I'm doing.
Saiti is doing. Okay, that's good.
Ma'am,
Others, how many of you are still using the study material which we are sending on study material group? Are you solving those questions?
Ma'am, actually, ma'am, I don't have the time to do it because it's a different syllabus together. So I have to work
Correct.
on my syllabus as well.
No problem, no problem. Rudra, what about your marks in the half yearly exam? Varshit, what about your marks in the half yearly exam? Kindly
Yeah,
message in the
ma'am.
chat.
Okay.
Hmm? Kindly message the marks in the chat.
ma'am,
Yeah? Yes?
ma'am, actually my diagram was okay, but I drew it small, ma'am.
Ah, that is also the problem. I am also like the same thing. Out of 60, Varsha, that is out of 80.
Ma'am, out of 60.
Wow, amazing. Incomplete science, right? 59.
Yes, ma'am.
Amazing. Great. Okay, Rudra. Okay. Rudra, where you have lost your marks? The remaining one?
Ma'am, physics a little bit explanation I did, ma'am, but ma'am told it should be elongated, ma'am.
Okay. The more elaboration is needed for that. So no worries, but now you are aware that just 1 minute, children. So now you all know what is like, how you have to work, how not to work. So work accordingly. If in case you require any kind of the help, just do let me know so that we can do that, okay, from our part also. But I'm really proud of you all that you all almost like all of you have got very good marks, okay? So thumbs up. That's good, children. A very good score that is. Okay, now moving to the next one. The next topic is about the after the BD sites. Now, what we should do? The crop has to be protected, right? Whatever the crops are there, we have removed the weeds, but there are certain other kind of the pests are there, insecticides are there, the rodents are there. What do you mean by rodents? RODENT. Rodents. Who are the rodents?
I'm like rats.
Sahiti, come again?
I'm like rats. Like
Ma'am,
Correct,
all
correct,
animals.
correct. Correct. See, basically, the rodents are the rats, and the kind of the rats, different varieties of the rats are the rodents. They are coming under the rodents category. So insects are there, the bats are there, the rodents are there. For these also are like very important for them to be get removed from the crops. Now, for removing this kind of the insects or the pest or the rodents, they are the different kinds of the chemicals. They will be getting it. They will be spraying it on the crops. But now what happens? See, for removing the uh, weedicides, they are using the chemical. For removing the pests, they are using the chemical. For removing the rodents, they are using the chemical. For each and every kind of the certain things, they are using the chemicals. Now, what happened? Ultimately, the amount of chemical becomes so high in the crop that when it comes to us also, it has the certain amount of chemicals in it. Correct or no? Do you think so that we are getting the kind of the crops which are free from the chemicals? No, we are not getting it.
No.
Certainly, we are getting along with the chemicals because their duty is to spray them. Now they have done that. They have done their method, right? They have sprayed that pesticides or the rodenticides. All these things they have sprayed it. But ultimately, during the harvesting process or after the harvesting process, when it comes to us, definitely those fertilizer, those chemicals are along with it. And that is why it is important that, we should wash them before eating. So that's the reason that when we are getting the wheat at home, we are washing them, right? Then we are drying them and then we are storing and, making it into the flour. Correct? Am I correct, children? Or directly when you're getting the wheat seeds, you are making the chapati. You're making the flour and then making the chapati. No, right?
No,
Your
ma'am.
mothers or your fathers, what they're doing, they are washing it, they are drying it, and then ultimately they are storing it. And after storing, they are making it into the flour, and then through that flour, they are just, um, you know, making the chapati out of it. So that is why it's very, very important that whatever the crops are there, when it reach to you, you should get it washed and then only you should use them. Fine. So insects are also there which will be affecting, which will be coming to them. Fine. So some of the common examples like are there for these insecticides or anticides as like the malathion. Malathion is a very good example. I think most of the year they ask about it that malathion is basically the weedicide or basically it is the insecticide. So the answer is insecticide. When you talk about the butachlor, when you talk about 2,4-D, when you talk about the MCPA, they are what weedicides. But when we talk about the malathion, it is the insecticides which will be helping to remove the insects. Fine. So these weedicides and pesticides, they also have the certain disadvantages, as I told you. Indirectly, we will be getting them into our body, and then we can have the adverse effect on our human health also. The next thing is the poison. Through this chemical, we will be getting the poison body. And that's the reason it's very, very important that we should wash the grains and we should wash the vegetables before we consume them. Am I clear, children? Any doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
Gagna, Sahiti,
No, no,
Nanika, Charan, Amatu, Zubair, Rudra, Varshit, Sai Karthik.
No
no,
doubt,
no.
no.
And children, why your videos are off? I can see only three.
Ma'am,
And
actually,
I
I'm
always I always expect children the grade 8 as the best grade actually. Always the videos are on and always like, answering well. And in fact, I have got the feedback from your maths teacher also. She is very happy with you all. Like, she is very happy and she has, told all the positive points regarding you all. Okay, Karthik, okay. So I think I have also collected the feedback from you all, right, regarding the maths teacher, and you all have given me the very positive feedback. So if you have any concern also in the future related to maybe the maths, related to the science, just do let me know, okay, so that we can look into it. Fine. So this is about the crop protection, how we can protect them, and also I think in the chapter microorganism we have discussed few of the diseases also. Blight of potato, the rust and the smut disease, correct? The blight disease, the wilt disease. So all those diseases are basically happening because of this insecticides and the pesticides. That is why they have to be removed from
Ma'am,
the
sit.
crop or from the field. Correct. All right. Now, now the once the manures and the fertilizers are being given or they are being given, irrigation process is being done, then the weedicide process is being done, then we have protected the crop. After that, now the crops are being ready for the next process, which is the harvesting. What is harvesting?
Cutting
Ma'am,
down of crop after it's mature.
Harvesting is
Ma'am, the
Correct.
ma'am, down of
harvesting is cutting off lettuce from.
Correct. Harvesting is a process where the mature crop will be cut and
Harvesting by using
it's done by combine or harvest.
yes, combined with the harvester, it will be done. Right, correct. So, is there any festival, children, we are celebrating for this harvesting kind of thing?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Vaishnavi and Diwali.
Baisakhi, Bihu.
Ma'am, Diwali.
Onam.
Diwali is not for that
Sankranti.
Diwali is for
Ma'am, I think Bihu, ma'am.
Bihu, then Baisakhi, you have that,
Vaisakhi.
correct, right? Then we actually have the Sakrat also. Yes, correct, Sai. So we also have the Sakrat, which is celebrated in the month of January, somewhere around 13th or 14th. So some of the festivals are there depending upon your culture or your place where you are. So you might be celebrating some other, I will be celebrating some other. Like in our region, we have basically the, and I think in Tamil Nadu generally it is the Pongal where they
Ma'am,
celebrate it, right? Yeah,
in Kerala, it's Onam, ma'am.
yeah. In Kerala it is Onam as like mentioned by the Karthik also in the chat.
Yes, ma'am. Here in Hyderabad and here
Ma'am,
these areas is
Longli also,
Sankranti,
ma'am.
ma'am.
What it is that, Kananika?
Here it's Sankranti, ma'am, in
Sankranti
January.
only. Okay, in the month of January.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Lori is also correct answer, right, Amato? So these are certain festivals which are being celebrated by, according to the traditions, according to the custom where you are actually living, right? So we have to be very, very careful while the harvesting. So different tools are being used for the process. They will be using one sickle kind of structure. Sickle is basically, like this, you will have the iron rod like structure.
Ma'am,
Yeah, Charan, tell me.
in which state mainly the Diwali festival is celebrated?
In our state. In Delhi, near to the
Delhi.
Delhi area, we all will be celebrating Diwali as as like you all celebrate the Shera, I think, very, in a grand way. We celebrate Diwali in a grand way. So basically, we'll have, 5 days of celebration where we have the first day starting with, I think, Dhanteras. Then the next day, we'll have the Choti Diwali. Then third day, we have the Badi Diwali. Then fourth day, we have the Govardhan Puja. And the fifth day, we have the Bhai Dooj. So like this, 5 to 6 days will be occupied completely with the different, traditions, different kind of a culture.
Okay.
And for you, I think Dashera is the main thing. And I think in doing Dashera time, you will be having some, the statues of the god
Ma'am,
arranging together, I
we'll
guess,
be
somewhere.
burning Narakasura and Ravan. We'll be burning them.
Yes, ma'am. There will be
Okay.
more in like
Inside
egg, ma'am.
those idols, they will keep the bombs.
So I guess they will be
Oh,
making it.
yes, ma'am. Out of like straw.
Like out of,
Okay.
they will be covering with cloth inside bombs. The crackers they'll keep inside.
This is known as Bathukama, ma'am. Okay, fine.
Ma'am, also they do Batukama, ma'am. Batukama and Dasara, and also Ganesh Chaturthi also is really big here, ma'am.
Correct, right, right, right.
Batkama
That's
is
what
a
like I think we
Telangana
have given.
festival.
Okay. Fine. So see, like, different forms of it. On the Shera, we basically don't do much thing. We will be just eating the good food. That's it. Our work will be. And yeah, one more thing we'll be doing the main day of the Dashera. We will be, for the brothers, we will be putting the tika and then we will be getting the money out of the brother. They will be giving us money. So that is what we will be doing it on the Shera.
Mom, similar like Rakhi?
Yes, similar like Rakhi, but here one grain actually we will be taking and we'll be keeping at the back of the, ears during the share time for the brothers. And in the Bhai Dooj also, once Diwali is being completed, then in the Bhai Dooj also, the same process will be happening. We will be doing the tika and we'll be getting the money or the gifts from the brothers. So thrice in a year, the sisters will be getting gifts from the brother. Yeah, yeah. Tell me, Pranav.
We consume fertilizers, we have nothing.
Your volume is very less actually, Pranav.
Like if we consume fertilizers, won't we suffer the side effects?
Side effects, definitely it will be there. Definitely it will be there. It is not meant for, for eating. It is only for the plants for their growth and the development. If we try to eat them, or sometimes by mistakenly, then it depends upon the body to body. Maybe some of the body does not have the good immunity. In that case, what happened? They will soon die. In some case, then what happened? Like I'll give you one good example. Like here, uh, next to my home, there's a home actually, where that person, termites you might be knowing, right? Termites, right? they had actually the medicine for, and that
Ma'am,
person five mistakenly he drank that, the chemical of the termites. The moment he drank, he was actually, the shaking and the bubbles started coming out of the mouth of that person, and he was shouting, he was screaming because he was not in the conscious mode. His wife actually took him to the hospital, and after 2 days, he was declared dead. There was no solution for the doctors. Actually, they said, like, we can't do anything because these fertilizers, these chemicals are very, very strong, which we are giving to the plants. So we should not ever, take them, and if we are using our hand for some reasons or for touching them, we should immediately wash them, because sometimes what happened, like, I'm also, if I'm sitting, I'm doing something, then I might forget, like, I have touched the fertilizer, the chemical, I might forget. That's why immediately after the usage, we have to be very careful and we have to wash our hands. So,
Talking about the direct consumption of all the food.
indirect consume, in the case of the indirect consume, what happened? We are doing it. See, I am also doing it, you are also doing it, because we are eating the grains, vegetables, fruit, all we are eating. But what happened when we take in the indirect case, the quantity or the amount of the fertilizers in that case is very less. But slowly and gradually, it increases in our body. Initially, when I had it, it was very less. Slowly and gradually, the level this, it is increasing in our body. And the moment it is like, beyond the reach, depends upon the person to person, we might get the health problem or the health issues. Okay. Any other doubt any one of you have, children?
no,
Nayanika, Pranav, Rudra, Sahiti, Lasya, Gagna, Charan, Varshit, and Karthik.
no, ma'am.
No, mom, no doubt.
No doubt.
Okay. Okay, children. So here after children, every Thursday I will be having the class, and every Saturday a maths class will be there. Okay, a small change is there in the timetable. Every Thursday I will be having the class, and every Saturday you will have the maths class at the same time.
Mom, so every
And
Thursday
only for
math
today I
class
have
at
kept the
5?
class at 5.
Okay.
No. Actually, today I have kept the class at 5 due to some certain reasons. Next time onwards you will have at 5:20 only as usual.
Okay, mom.
Okay, children. Then thank you.
It's a baby side, but we will drink it, ma'am. So it is it not a harmful for us?
It depends upon actually the plants. See, direct impact, we don't have the tea direct impact. It depends upon the plants with whom we are growing it. If it is grown with some other crop, then it can create a negative impact on it.
Okay,
Okay, if
ma'am,
you are
and
growing
in my
only
school,
the tea, yeah, tell me.
ma'am, you just explain, ma'am. I'll just say it's not so important.
Okay, so if you are growing only the tea, then no problem in that. We can take it, we can consume it. But if you are growing it along with some other kind of the plant, then it can have the negative impact.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, in my school, they started reaching the age of adolescence. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Reproduction completed?
Yes, ma'am. It was done for the exam also.
Okay, fine. We'll do
Okay,
that.
ma'am.
After this, I will be starting the chapter cell actually. Cell or reproduction, anyone is okay for me. We'll do that after, mutual understanding between all of us.
In my
Okay,
textbook,
ma'am.
chapter name
Yeah,
cell.
yeah, children, tell me.
In my textbook, there is no chapter name cell.
Yes, ma'am. Cell is deleted in new edition. Rationalized book.
But that
Rationalized
is
content.
very, 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 very important chapter, because in the grade 9 also you have that.
Mom, for us, cell list chapter is going on.
Yeah, it's very important. Maybe like Charan and Varshit, maybe what happened. Since the board has been, they have rationalized the syllabus of the grade 8, 6, and 7. But what happened when it comes to the ninth grade, na, then you will not be aware what are the different organelles, what are different parts. And that is why you should know first of all the basic in the grade 8, and then in the grade 9 you will be able to understand them in a detailed way. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So we'll start with the reproduction, no issues, and then we'll go with the cell.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, children.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you,
mom.
ma'am.
Thank
Bye,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you. Bye bye. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. No problem.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.